Welcome to the Close Friend Podcast, where we don't judge and we don't budge. Stand on it. It's your boy Just Jr. My co-host today, my beautiful wife, my.
Hey, you guys.
And we have a special guest, actually, a special guest and her close friend, which is a special guest to us as well. Y'all give it up for Saraiah.
Hey, girl.
Hi, everybody.
Well, thank you for coming on and joining us today. We appreciate you guys.
And her close friend, MaalyOP.
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 He's going to get it right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We're going to get it before we head up out of here.
Yes.
And we're going to catch it on camera, too.
All right, so tell me a little bit about how this close friends
and how are y'all
has
close
happened.
friends?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work? How do you guys know each other?
Well, we met recently, and he performed at the Collab Exchange. So
We're going to get into that, yes.
Yeah, and so, we just been pretty cool, and he's a great artist. So he was one of the ones that I wanted to make mention of today as my top 3 artists to look out for. So I just thought this was a really great opportunity to bring him on a show to, promote his new song that he just recently dropped, Witness.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
See, I'm on it.
Yeah, definitely knew that one. That's it.
So tell us a little bit about Witness.
Not too long ago, I recorded Witness at one of my homeboy studios, and much like my other songs, my creative process is fairly simple. I kind of just get in the studio. I have a vibe that I want to do. If I want to make it a hype song, I want to make it a chill song. And that one, it was a hype song, and I heard the beat, and, probably about 2 minutes into the beat, I was like, to re-loop it, I got some. And that's how it always works. I usually just free make the chorus, and then I'll write the lyrics to it. And lo and behold, we had that. And the minute we had it mixed and mastered, we already knew it was gonna be a hit. So I had to drop that one as soon as possible.
I feel it. You definitely have a unique voice. It definitely caught my ear. It's very melodic. I mess with it. From looking through your tracks, I'm gonna still get on it and listen to it before we get into the collab exchange when we do the open mic fest.
Definitely.
I definitely want to be a little bit more familiar with your music, but what caught my eye was Overdosing 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Can you get into that a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. Overdosing, especially since it's a 2-part, but the first one I made, it's probably been maybe about a year and a half now when I had made that. We just had me personally had a lot going on at that time, and I was trying to figure out what the best way for me to kind of express my feelings was, and how I wanted to portray what I was feeling to other people around me who might be feeling the same thing. So again, my creative process is pretty much the same, except with Overdosing, definitely for number 1, I didn't actually write anything on that track. I kind of just let myself flow with the music and kind of just, whatever came up and I liked it, we created that. And that's just kind of how that came out. And my original intent was to never make another Overdose, but some years went by and I was just having that same experience again where it was like a lot had happened and I felt like I needed a good output. And the most positive output I had was making another one. So I had to make another one. Went in the studio and I was just like, even though this is a more personal song, a more emotional, in-depth song, I was like, I definitely wanted to take the time to make this one somehow better than the last one, as far as production-wise, lyric-wise, any of that. So, I wanted to switch flows, but I also wanted to take time to add in some old mentions to the old one all in one. And by the time I had did that and we listened to it, it came out way better than I thought. I knew I had to put it out.
Got you. I really messed with the second one. I could see a video in my head for it as it was going.
Yeah.
That's your favorite too?
Yeah, I really like that one.
Now, what inspired you? I'm sorry, baby, that cut you off. Now, what inspired you to get into music? How did you get started with all this?
Honestly, when I was maybe 14 or 15, I had actually I was in a youth group at my church, and they were doing just basically these little shows where only the youth would perform, all the way from doing the shows. They would do the songs, dancing, even the preaching. And I was kind of I've always been that more observant, quiet person. Even as a child, I was like that. But everyone from pastor down to friends wanted me to be like active in it. So, you know, I decided that I would actually go and be in like this little group that we had that was rapping. You know, I went and decided that I wanted to go rap with them in the group and then, you know, get on stage and do that. Now, the first time I went on stage, I didn't even make it to the stage. You know, we had our rehearsal and I was just like, nah, I can't even do it. I had to back out right then and there. I couldn't even do it.
Got a little nervous there.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Wasn't expecting it. Yeah. But you know, I took the time, got some practice. I was learning about the soundboard at the time, so the guy in the back ended up becoming my mentor, teaching me how to rap, teaching me how to make songs, how to mix. And I think almost a year right after that time for me jumping off the stage, the very next time I got on the stage, I was doing my own solo song that I had made. And I kind of knew right then and there, like halfway through the song, it clicked. You know, my nervousness had gone. I had people standing up. The crowd was singing the lyrics. I had the entire building active to what I was doing.
It felt like home for you. You got real comfortable real quick. Exactly. I just love that. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead now.
No, so let's get into, what's the day? October 28th.
Okay.
Not you performing and you still don't have the date locked in.
Listen, I've got a lot of dates in my head.
And
that's bad because that's my dad's birthday as well.
That's
so.
right. You gotta bring your dad.
No, yeah, Pop's gonna fall through.
Your dad always turn up.
Pop's gonna fall
every
through.
time.
I love you, Jane.
And I hope I'm performing as well, but I hope to get some mini interviews for the podcast while we're out there.
I would love that, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Honestly, let's flesh that out because I have free range of the venue itself except for the upper level. So if it's a situation where you wanted to set up in a room, they do have other rooms.
Okay.
That if you wanted to do that, that's something that we need to discuss.
So we'll talk business.
We'll talk business later.
But speaking of parents, before we get too far into the interview, you already know my mom was like, tell him I said hi. Tell him I miss him.
Miss Vincent, hey, I love you.
She's so sweet. I love your mom.
How is she doing?
You know the mayor's doing great.
Is doing how has becoming a grandmother?
Man, it's really interesting watching your parents become grandparents because they are actively either choosing to actively heal themselves or being forced to heal areas of themselves because they have to relinquish that control. That is not your child. You cannot beat them. You cannot treat them how you would, and this is not a reflection of how I'm speaking of my mother as a person, but I'm just saying like parents have to say, I'm going to take a step back. Yes. And then you start to get a little jealous because now they're babying somebody else and now they're being sweet and they're offering candy and all this other stuff that it was like, you got McDonald's money?
So you went through that? You felt a little jealousy?
I don't know if I felt jealousy, but I was just like, you know what, dang.
Yeah. It's like, this is different. This is not what I have.
But I love it because he's also my nephew. So, I spoiled him too. So I just really don't have a choice. Like,
I love it.
So, for those, we're just talking. For those who don't know, me and Saraiah went to school together, high school. We've always had a
middle
dope...
school.
And
like,
middle
it's
school,
been a long time.
It's been a long time. We always had a dope friendship.
Yes, very much so.
She's always been there, helped out with, like, career events. Like,
absolutely.
We did a performance at the movie theaters. You were one of, like, the whole ushers at the movie theaters.
Let's be real. Come on now. Why are you trying to go down the rabbit trail? I was his start off group, the Famous Boys. I was the number one fan.
Okay,
I wasn't the number one
There's
groupie,
people that will
but I
fight
was the number
you
one
about
fan.
That.
Not the groupies.
Sure, but do they have a YouTube video that comes up as a Facebook memory? No, they don't. No, they don't. Yeah,
I gotta see this.
You do. Look, it says it's the Famous Boys number one fan video.
I gotta see this.
And then I'm gonna pop up.
Okay.
Don't watch it. Just look it up.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm not gonna press play though.
Because then you're gonna see all my other early
house
YouTube
party,
videos. House party, PHP. Yeah, I'm in that video. I'm in that video.
You gotta point her out next time.
Yeah,
you gonna see me? I'm right there. I'm standing at the top of the steps with this.
I love it.
With this, yeah.
And it's a full circle moment because I really want to be there to help out with the Collab Exchange and what you're doing with that.
Yeah.
So, for our fans that don't know, tell us a little bit about the Collab Exchange.
All right, so it's pretty much the best thing in the world, honestly. Like, I really can't say anything other than that. It's like, no, but the Collab Exchange is an event, It's a movement. It's a mission. It's pretty much catered to entrepreneurs, small business owners, anybody who had a vision or a dream of something that they wanted to achieve, and then they felt like, all right, I don't have nobody. I'm doing this. My 13th reason is the person that I sent my message to. It says support, and they left me on red. I don't want that for anybody anymore. Because even with us, like, we grew up with people that we have actively supported over time. Just y'all. Just them. Just the core group. I could count on a couple of fingers who actually... Can I cuss on here?
Oh, yeah, baby.
It's cool. Actually fuck with me. You know what I mean? Like, they fuck with me, and... I want to create a base of people that it doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, how long you've known them, that if you need somebody that's going to call you and say, all right, remind me next week that I said I was going to do X, Y, Z, or point me in a direction. If I can't do it for you, I know 10 other people that could find somebody that could do it for you, or that's going to do it for you, and they're not going to charge you out the ass, or they're not gonna make you feel like you're not worthy of anything. Like, it's really changing the dynamic, the culture, so to speak, of building relationships with business and just in general.
And the way we network. So do you So do you feel like you personally went through some of those things just, to get you to this point? Yeah.
Absolutely. Definitely. And it wasn't just like with business. It was just in life. I was always friendly. I was always a friend to people. Brandon can advocate for that. But did I have people that were actually friendly towards me
and supporting you the same way?
No, I didn't have that. And so, just constantly being that person, I got to a place where I was like, you know what? This is me, and I'm never going to shake that. Yeah. I'm never not going to be that version of myself. Exactly. And if I chose to, like, go against the grain, I would be so unhappy.
You're staying true to self. You're doing what you have to do for yourself, and that's the most important. That's why this is going to be so successful for you.
Thank you. I love that. I'm choosing to share my light in a different way, in a way that feeds me, that speaks to me, and I love that.
And you're not doing it for what you're expecting to get out of it from other people. That's what I love about this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I cannot wait. I'm hoping to perform some new music.
He will be performing some new music.
Okay, come on now.
It's been way too long.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've been in the studio.
It's been really since COVID, truly.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I think a lot of people lost momentum during COVID. COVID either kind of made or broke you at that moment.
Absolutely.
Like, a lot of people got into their entrepreneur bag, and then some of us were like, we're tired. COVID's a lot. We're drained. Yeah.
Because I had a whole project on, like, a shelf. And then COVID hit, and I'm like, I'm never going to be able to do these videos. So I might as well just put the project out.
Yeah, and you left everybody on the shelf with you because, the last thing that you did was your pop-up for anxiety attack.
And that was fire.
That was.
And then we just left everything on.
Everybody out. Like, we were outside that night.
And truly, you went from being in a group to building your solo career, and then it was like, boom, COVID.
Which is difficult.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you could tell us, being a solo artist, you was in a group as well.
Yeah, I really, I started out in a group, and it took a long time to kind of get myself right. Just to kind of, I was on a mission to find my sound. Because I didn't always like my voice. I always felt like my voice just didn't work with rapping. So it took me a long time to figure out what I wanted. But yeah, just like everyone else, COVID hit, and it was so much momentum that just slowed me down. I couldn't get any videos. I didn't really want to drop any music because I couldn't perform anywhere. And it just, it took some time just for me to realize that, despite any obstacle, no matter what it is, I got to be ready for it, for whatever it is, and try to maneuver the best I can. I think that was a good lesson.
Absolutely. But can we reverse one time? Because didn't you open us with saying that his voice was melodic?
Yeah.
And you felt like your voice was not fit for rapping, but everybody else can hear it. So it's definitely in you.
I think a big thing with being an artist is being your biggest critic.
Or just being a human. Yes. Let's be real.
No, for real.
We all doubt ourselves, and people are looking at us like, what are you talking about? You are the best of the best, but we don't see it.
Absolutely.
And we have to start there. We have to see our self-worth and our self-value, because that just really helps us elevate. Because like you said, once you got on that stage, after a certain point, you felt it. It felt like home. And that's the beauty. Even with you, you know what you're doing. You know your purpose, and that's what I love. It's
beautiful. No one's gonna love you the way that you love
Never.
yourself. And nobody gonna hate you,
baby. Yes.
The way that you hate yourself. You believe me. If you want to hate me, sure. Sure.
Yeah, but baby, I've been there and done that. I have self-sabotage plenty of times. I'm good on it.
And currently, well, they'll miss it by the time the show comes out, but there's a $5 sale for the tickets.
Oh yeah, that's today and tomorrow. But you know what? I love people. Just can't help myself.
Okay.
So I'll probably do another sale or something.
Might
I'll do a
as
little
well.
giveaway, you know? But it's going to take people just like saying, you know, I really want to be there. And even though we're selling tickets right now, I see how people work. It's going to be the day before. Because my email blows
the day
up.
of.
The day
The
of.
day of. So I'm really not even worried, but I'm worried for the people who are going to be like missing out on these sales. Like, don't wait. And the tickets are only $10 anyway.
A lot of my
still
homies are doing it.
It is.
A lot of talented people I see are doing it. You got Trayvon.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be dope.
That's going to be awesome.
You got Malik, the monster.
Yeah, the monster. I was really
Malik's going to be there?
I was surprised that he didn't sign up to be a producer. I was like, but I know he's trying to, you know, make a little switch.
What did he sign up for as an artist?
To perform.
Oh, I haven't seen Malik performing forever.
And the boy
In a
done
long
got
time.
all
What?
fit
Yeah,
and
y'all
muscular.
see him? I'm so
He
proud
ready.
of bro.
He ready.
Hopefully, you know, he's in a different mental space when it comes to his performances, because he was always like, I don't want to be on stage right now.
Well, maybe it's a start. Maybe that's why he signed up as the artist.
Now we definitely.
It's a shift.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
But look at you though. You're shifting people. Like you're allowing a space for them to come and say, okay, COVID's done. I'm ready to show out.
I am. I definitely have to. And I know it's gonna sound like my ego talking, and I'm totally fine with
Let
that.
it talk.
Because
Let it go.
I've gone through all of the different various spiritual awakenings and growths and stuff
Pop your
up
shit.
until the point that I'm at, where I'm comfortable with speaking from ego. And ego says I put people on, and that's okay, because being true to myself, I do create spaces for people, and I do offer opportunities for people to learn themselves in a different way. And just by virtue of me being myself, that's what comes with it. So that's why the Collab Exchange works. That's why I'm able to have a solid team of people. My people are so dope.
I love
You ever like went through life being by yourself and was like, damn,
Yeah.
I'm just out here twisting in the wind.
Oh, yeah.
Now
Very
I got
much.
people that just be like, all right, what do you need me to do? I ain't never had that before. Ain't nobody called me and said, what do you want me to do? So, yeah, I'm excited to see everybody pop out and to perform and to really show themselves, because it's going to take everybody somewhere. I don't care. As soon as you get into a space with me, you're going somewhere with your life. Whatever your vision was, your goals were, you gonna touch it.
So in the future, how far do you see this going, the Collab Exchange? Are you thinking, like, will it always be an open mic situation? Would you start scouting for up and coming artists?
Well, you know, I do have a love for the music industry, and I've done different things in it. I see myself being in the music industry to a certain extent, but where the Collab Exchange is going to go, my vision is to do the same kind of events, the same kind of building the community in other states. So it'll be the Collab Exchange takes New York, takes Miami, takes LA. It's just going to go all over the map. And I don't know, are you guys familiar with the Gathering Spot?
We are.
Yeah.
I want it to be reminiscent of the Gathering Spot, but I want it to be all inclusive, because one of the key things that the Collab Exchange offers that differs from other people is that it's free.
Got you.
Okay.
Like, people are charging rising artists to perform. Come on, tell me how that makes sense. I know everybody has to make money, but please make it make sense to me.
don't
Yeah, we
pay to
agree.
play.
That's how we do it. We used to do our open mic. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, but it has a place, but it's also it also, what I do works because for the people who don't have it, that would be their reason to stop. That would be their reason to say, I'm not going to perform. I'm not going to do it because I don't have $50 to perform. I don't have $100. So the Collab Exchange offers whatever we do for free, except for ticket sales, you know, and stuff like that. And eventually I want to get to the point where I could do that for free as well. But, you know, when we do art events and We call them partners because everybody has a mutual benefit with working with us. So, their registration, which would be vendors, is free. They keep 100% of their sales, whatever they do. So that's offered as well with our other creative side, with our gallery. So it's a lot of aspects. Like, you weren't at the other one. I know you guys had other obligations, but we had so much stuff going on. It's literally room for everybody. So I see it going there, but I also see like building an agency side of it to where I will have a Rolodex of people that if you call and you say, I need somebody that does XYZ, I'll point you into the direction. And then, it kind of works like that. And that would be the monetized factor of the Collab Exchange.
That was my question for you. Where would you be getting the monetization from that all?
Exactly.
Because, ideally, it's still a business, even though you're so wonderful and you're truly helping people out because that's needed. Because they're artists. So how are we going to expect them to have $50 available? They are creatives. And we already know it's not really a lot of employment that's just out there for artists. Yeah. So you say you want to turn into our agency?
Yeah, more of an agency. So, where people would be able to get the resources that they need. So I would have certain people on staff so myself, I do small business consulting. So if you needed someone to write something like a grant or any other like document type things or presentations for businesses, building websites, I do that stuff just already on my own, but I would like to do how you're doing with your business and just offshoot that to some other people that I could put in employment.
Of course.
And then on that business side, then of course we would be helping other people find work. So that's how all that works. So
you have a really big picture. I love it.
I do.
It.
And that's the most important thing is seeing the vision, making it plain, and making it believable to the people around you. Because once you can see it, it's already done. Like, if I see it and you can see it, it's mine.
Manifestation is really real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I see you've done a lot of work. I love it. I love hearing you talk.
Thank
it's so eloquent, and you really are into your business. I'm in love. I love it.
So let's take it before the Collab Exchange when you was just the helper bee.
Yeah.
How was that, and what was that about when you? And are you still currently the helper bee?
I am still the helper bee.
Okay.
So the story behind the helper bee is my dad. He called me his helper bee because I was always helping, and that was a part of my journey in loving myself. Is to, adopt that name and just make it something that was mine because I was called that, but it was by force. It was like, oh, you're my helper bee. Come help. Come do this. My siblings. I got 3 sisters. If somebody gonna clean the kitchen, it was gonna be Saraiah. It was gonna be me. So I had to say, I'm gonna reclaim this power. I'm taking it back. So if I'm gonna be this helper, I'm gonna be the self-proclaimed helper, and then I'm gonna make money. So that's where I do the small business consulting. That's where the allergy safety consulting comes in at, where I'm allergic to everything. I'm a bubble baby, but I also want to train businesses, just anybody, really, families who have loved ones who have food allergies and places where they would patronize that they would be affected by the environment if it was not safe for them. So I've had the opportunity to do that before, and it was really enriching because people really have no idea. People say they know, but they have no idea. And so the helper bee is very much a thing. One of my other offshoots of that is the So Glad You're Here podcast, which I am so thankful that you were on it. And I'm going to be gearing up to do season 3 this fall. So I like to I think I've gotten my rhythm where, like, in the summer times where I'm a little bit more busy, I'm not really as focused on my podcast. But in the winter months, fall, I'm able to really get back into it. And then I have a lot to talk about.
I see. I'd
a
love
lot to share.
I'm going to have to come on there one of these days.
You have to. You absolutely have to. 'Cause then we're
Yes.
on that show, we talk about things that are real, but also, tie it back into mental health.
Of course. I can tell. Yeah, I can tell you, like you said, you did a lot of work, so I'm ready, girl. Let me know when you're ready to invite me out.
Well, it's about to get a little sweater weather in here.
It's coming real soon. My favorite season. Yes.
Let's talk about the mental health aspect of it all, because you seem like a very happy, bubbly person.
And you can see she's done the work. Yeah,
you definitely done the work. So for somebody that doesn't know you to sit there and be like, oh, they might be like, ain't no way she's going through.
She hasn't been through nothing too much.
Exactly.
I will say I'm thankful that I don't look like what I've been through. But, if it ever came down to, like, perception and you could put on some glasses and, like, really see me, bro, I'm fucked up. And I have to say I'm fucked up from a healed place or healing place because I've been through some. And when I say I've been through things, it's stuff that younger me would probably like cower and be afraid of, like be scared, because I never thought that I would be in a situation where somebody would be trying to take my life, like another person would be trying to take my life. I never thought that. And you know, it's one of those things where when you think about mental health, you don't understand how deep it goes. It goes beyond like just what's in your mind, because mental turns physical. Your body carries emotions, your body carries trauma. So you think you have a cold, but really, you know, you are depressed.
Your body's breaking down.
Your body's breaking down, and your immune system can't support itself. So
preach, please. Yes.
Yeah. So you know, like you now you're taking more medicine to heal something, and
which is causing another issue. So if you don't mind me asking, so like what beginning steps did you take for your healing journey? I mean, because obviously we're all still healing every day, but like what did you do to get yourself in a place where you are now?
I tried to kill myself and like literally almost like succeeded. Like this was one of the times where I was talking to God. Like I don't really remember much. I just remember being in the hospital, and like next thing I know, I'm in a mental hospital. So that was really like what started it. Because I was like, okay, now I have to do something, because this isn't, even if I don't make it past whatever, this is not something that I want for myself. I don't want to keep getting this low. And I had to understand that sometimes you can't control your lows, and the lows are just a part of. But that was one of the things that catapulted me. And then getting into the accident that I was in most recently, it was like, okay, so I tried to kill myself, almost succeeded, but I didn't die. And then I was in a car accident that really should have killed me, and I didn't die. So what are you going to do now, Saraiah? Because you can't leave here. You're stuck.
You're supposed to be
here. You got to be here. Like, you might as well, like, really just like take this shit on and like go in. So that set me on my journey. And I was just like, all right, I'm going to be intentional about this. Yeah. I'm going to cry. I'm going to throw up. I'm going to punch holes in the wall. I'm going to fix the holes after I punch them in the wall, because I got to sleep in this room. You know, I'm going to not eat. I'm going to eat. I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to just do it all. I want it.
Go through the whole journey.
Yeah, I actively started saying, I want to be a healed, whole person. I didn't know exactly what all that meant when I was saying it. And I've talked about this on my podcast before, but when you ask for things and you're deliberate in the way that you're asking for it, it comes to you. So I stopped asking for strength and praying for strength or praying for this and that. I said, show me the evidence, show it to me. And then everything just started to fall into place. And so I'm like, okay, now I'm ready for friends. I'm ready to build connections with people. They came. I need this. I need that. Because it came from inside of me. Because now I know I'm deserving of it. And
you did the shadow work. You did the shadow work. Yeah.
So I'm asking myself questions like, all right, I'm reliving stuff. Yeah. Like I'm going through the PTSD. Like, it's scary. It's not for the faint of heart at all. It's not, but it builds.
And who says it's going to be easy?
And you also said you were making connection. Well, after you went through those dark times, you decided to make connections. Was there anybody that you could talk to during those dark moments?
Or like one key person in your journey who assisted you? So you all alone?
I was talking to myself. Yeah. I literally had nobody.
What stopped that? Put that wall up of communication.
It wasn't a wall. I was really alone. Like, I was really alone. I didn't have nobody. I didn't. Yeah. It wasn't by choice. It was by force. And I don't ask myself anymore, but I did ask. I was like, why do I have to experience it like this? Like, all why alone. Don't I have anybody? Yeah. But I think just by virtue of who I am, like the spirit that's within me, that was a part of my evolution. I had to experience it like that.
Because sometimes the growth, you have to go alone. That's a scary moment, you know. She had to grow alone to get to where she is now.
I would say some people.
For some, not everybody, yeah.
But a lot of people feel like they have to do it alone. I didn't feel like I had to do it alone. I wanted people to be with me.
But that wasn't your journey.
And that was not my portion.
Mm-mm.
That was not my
That
portion.
wasn't for you.
I would say, like, from the outside looking in, it kind of just, you can't tell with you unless you reach out.
But could you ever?
Never. I can never tell when you had a bad day.
See, no.
You were
But
always
a lot of times,
smiling.
those are those people. The people wear the
Yeah.
smile.
But that's my
That's
default.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like,
it's the mask
That's
you
my
wear every
default.
day.
That's why I tell people, I learned going through my journey, I learned, like, my name is Saraiah, but say it like SUN-RAIAH. Like, say it like, remember SUN-RAIAH when you say my name. You'll know that you're saying my name right, because you're not saying Rai, you're saying Ray. So I am the sun for people. I don't ever feel like I have to be anything other than myself until I'm by myself.
Okay.
And I know that sounds...
That's a little different than what you usually hear.
Yeah, like I love being open and just, like, out there with people. But then when I'm alone, I'm like, okay.
Is it harder to show up for yourself sometimes versus other people? Because, like, you have literally created a business surrounding around assisting people. And you have, like you said, you've always been a helper bee.
Yeah.
So, like, is it harder for you to be like, okay, I'm done helping people? It was.
It
okay.
was.
So
it
you're not
absolutely
in that
was.
place
And that's
anymore.
why I'm in a place now where I can do it safely, because I would give, be there, show up to all the shows.
And then have nothing left for yourself.
Nothing left for myself. That's why I had to experience alone. Because if I subjected myself to being alone all the time, just by not treating myself well, choosing to not treat myself well because I didn't think I was worthy, or outwardly people treating me like I wasn't worthy, and then adopting that way of thinking for myself, I had to go through what I went through alone to really show myself what it was like. And then now bringing in a fresh slate of people who I can actually say they belong in my life.
No, I feel it.
I don't have to do the whole vetting process, because now the people that are there, they were brought to me.
No, I feel it. Well, now you know you can always hit me up, and I'm pretty sure.
And I will.
Y'all are friends after this, so you can always hit her up. But I just need you to know, Future, I'm here.
And I'm happy that you're here and you've overcome so much. That's really a testimony. And for those out there, like, who are going through things like that, it's just nice to hear that you were able to overcome that, you know? Because I feel like suicide is really high right now for our generation, truly. It's a lot of stress. There's a lot of things going on in the world that we're not really able to handle or even really be able to wrap our minds around it, truly, you know? But go ahead, you guys. I'm done. Sorry. She got me really emotional. I really want to cry. I'm loving it. You're so beautiful.
So,
thank you.
You're welcome.
For the relationships that you did reach out to for help with your business, help in general with life, and they might have shut the door on you, how do you treat those relationships moving forward?
I want to say we're going to see, because there's a couple of them that's coming to the Collab Exchange.
Okay.
So I might have a couple of words.
Was that by invite, or they're just kind of taking it upon themselves to show up to support you now?
Oh, they signed up, and I pushed it through.
And that's funny.
Because that's how I am.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be a situation where I'm just going to turn my back towards it like I would. I'm showing up for myself now by using my voice. I do have that. And yeah, I love everybody. It's never malicious. It's never. What did I say to you when we were talking? I was like, I just speak frankly now.
Yeah.
Like I just say things because I think a lot of times we don't allow ourselves to speak. We always want to speak through kindness or speak through a filter, so to speak. And to what end? Because you're going to get on the phone, you're going to call somebody, you're going to talk to somebody, you're going to pillow talk, you're going to say everything that you probably should have said to that person. I'm saying now. Even if I get uncomfortable, and I'm still going to do it out of love, I'm still going to do it with respect for me.
My thing is finding that medium.
All right, you want me to help you?
What do you mean by finding that medium?
Yeah.
Finding that
What is
medium
hard for you?
because confronting somebody is a situation. Sometimes you gotta be ready to throw them hands, get ready to go.
But it doesn't have to always lead to that.
It don't.
And it's about your approach a lot of times. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're
not cutting me off at all.
Yes. And for me, too, it's more so like we have to look at it. Like she said, it's always love, but I'm not going to do an injustice to myself and withhold my thoughts and what I need to get off of my chest. For what? For us to hold it all in and blow up later, or for me not to be fulfilled in what I need to get out and what needs to be said. So for me, I don't think everything has to be a confrontation. Even something that's larger, step away from it. Might have to, take a breather, but we can always come back and have a real conversation. And learning how to disagree is a big thing. I feel like.
I just feel like, I don't know, the nature of Henry County is is non-confrontational. They don't know how to communicate. It'll be like going through one ear and out the other. Oh yeah, my bad.
No, and like I said, I've seen that on the being the outlooker, because I'm
ready to smack some sense into somebody. At a certain point.
No shade, no shade.
It's a little dark over
there. No shade. I really appreciate the people I have, been able to network with from Henry County. But just from like the aspect of you guys and your high school friends and things I have seen. I can see the lack of support from what you guys have talked about on both ends, because I think you and Brandon can both relate to that. No shade, no tea. I just kind of feel like I agree with you guys heavily on that. I think I'm happy that these conversations are being had, because she's not the first person from Henry County that's been here. So it's beautiful.
Well, to your point, Brandon, or to your question rather, of how do you get to that point, I think you have to rewrite the script for yourself. We repeat things to ourselves that fit where we are, and if you want to get to a different place, you have to decide that that's where you want to go. And so you say things with intention. So do you want to have a confrontation with this person? Because confrontation in and of itself, if you look at the definition, there is an aspect of discourse. It's contention. It doesn't feel good when you say the word confrontation. It's like, I'm going to argue with you. I'm going to have a bad experience. So do you want to have a confrontation? Do you want to confront someone, or do you want to have a conversation? Do you want to have an understanding with them?
I feel like, in a sense, I want to confront it together. Don't leave me just trying to figure out where I went wrong or what went wrong if you're not trying to do that work too.
But maybe that's where the power of the tongue kind of comes in, and manifestation, because like you already have in your head that this is a confrontation. That's what we're going to have.
Do you feel, your truth might be that it needs to be a confrontation.
And in a sense, yeah.
Yeah, usually it is what he's thinking. That's usually his go-to thought.
How do you deal with confrontations? Like, what's your go-to method?
Because you're a rapper here in Atlanta, so like, do you feel like you've ever come across anything like that, just either in your industry or personal life?
I feel like, most definitely. We have, especially as a rising artist, I've seen the most confrontations I've had have definitely been with other artists. Depending on what level a different artist can be at, they may critique your music a little bit more harshly, mostly. And it's not because the music is bad, but because they see you as competition coming up, and they're not in a position where they want to help people. So me, I kind of had to learn how to have confrontations that turn into conversations and have them peacefully. I come from a family. I come from a family where, like, we can solve our issues, but it's gonna be 2 sentences followed by 85 punches, and that's it. Like, it ends immediately. And that's pretty much how I was taught growing up. So I naturally didn't know how to communicate, and then I got to a point where I just stopped communicating entirely. It was no arguments, no debates. I just didn't even want to try. But as I got to a point where I was able to speak to people, and I was able to even realize that, okay, I done finally opened up, said what was wrong, and we got to a point where, okay, now we have a better understanding. This way works way better than what I was doing in the past. So then I had to develop myself to do that. So now I'm able to confront all types of people. I can have conversations, debates, and it doesn't bother me because I'm happy that I'm able to get my points out, but I'm also happy that I'm able to hear that person's points. I want to make sure that there's a clear line of communication, so there's no faults. We know exactly
that you're actively listening, and
building that base.
And that, for an artist, whether it be music or any other form of entertainment, creativity, communication is definitely something big, and it can be handled through confrontation. That can turn into just, a peaceful conversation once things happen. I've been in, just several points in my life where, sometimes you have to have a yelling match with somebody.
Sometimes it's needed.
There's a piece to follow after.
Yeah.
How long were you in your group?
I was probably in the group for maybe less than a year. Okay. They were the ones that found me, and I'm still really, really cool with one of the guys. It was 3 of us in my youth group at the time when we first started. They had, it was just one of them regular stories. We were on a trip, and they were freestyling because we had nothing to do. We was bored. I went over there and I was like, well, let me just see if I can do this shit. Let's see if I can do it.
Right.
That's what happens.
Yeah, lo and behold, I was able to do it. And, we was much younger back then, so we all spent the little money our parents gave us to go get them little spray paint shirts. Everybody got to pick the name and put it on.
From the mall.
And
everybody had those.
Yeah, and then, we ran with that. And ever since then, I'm so grateful just for those guys, for one, for being in a position where they were able to accept and realize, okay, this guy has talent. Let's not just brush him off. Let's see if we can help him with whatever we can do now. And to the point now where even if I need to come back to them and ask them for something now, I know that those 2 would at least try their best to help me, no matter the situation, because I do the same for them.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I wish that was the same for everybody.
Yeah, that's a true story. Right there.
That's beautiful, for sure. So, dang, I done got off.
Wait,
we're doing good.
Yeah, you rolling.
No, I mean, we could really go back to you, and how you were feeling about how you're going to do, what kind of approach you want to take when it comes to confronting the things that you feel need to be discussed with people.
Well, let's not act like it's the first approach.
Okay.
There's been many approaches.
Absolutely.
It's this now. It's like I gotta jump up and I gotta show my ass.
Okay.
For you to understand what I'm saying now.
I encourage you to show it.
And what does showing your ass entail? What is that for you?
Sometimes now I'm a private person, so I don't believe in putting people's stuff out on social media. But the next time somebody asks me, yo, what's up with so and so?
We're gonna be transparent about it.
I'm gonna be transparent.
Yeah.
And it could get back. I don't care.
You gonna stand. You
gonna get that message.
And you gonna stay true to self. Yeah.
And you should.
Yeah.
We
all should.
Oh. But my thing now is meeting people where they are.
Yes.
If you like to play on social media, that's where I'm gonna deal with you at. If it feels on brand for me,
if it serves you in that moment, yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And you gotta give yourself grace to understand, like, you might be on your shit one day.
Oh yeah.
And that's probably the best thing for you to do that day. But moving forward, if you can handle it differently, then you choose to handle it differently. But you gotta meet people where they are. Meaning, if someone is dodging you and they're not showing interest in even building the relationship or repairing it or even discussing it, that the power that they have over you is that in one word they could unlock you.
So I have a question. How do you feel about the not even an expectation, feeling old?
I don't feel old.
We old?
No, old, not OLD. Old, like somebody owes you.
Oh, like that's some debt. I was like, dang,
like
he called you out, girl.
No. Like, because I had a conversation with one of my mentors, and he was telling me, I don't care what the relationship's like, this person owes you. And you need to get what's yours. I don't care what it is.
So, how I see stuff, you could never, ever, ever pay me back for anything I've done for you. Because that's how highly I value myself. So, I don't even give space to feel old now. Now, if we're speaking in previous Saraiah or another version of Saraiah that exists on a timeline somewhere, I talk to her and I'm like, they don't owe you, baby. You owe yourself to know that you have that much power that somebody could even be in a category to owe you. That's why I said it's important to rewrite the script for yourself. Because if I feel like you owe me, I done did something amazing that you gotta owe me now. I'm her. I'm she. And yeah, so to exist in a space now to feel like somebody gotta give me something back, you can't. You can't. And I don't want it. not from you. Because if you could have given it to me, if you wanted to give it to me, whatever it was, then you would have, if you were in a space too. So again, meeting people where they are, they can't give you what you're even. So you might want an apology. The apology is not even gonna sound how you want it to taste on your tongue. It's not. You're gonna feel like, why did I wait? Yeah. Why did I wait for this baked macaroni and cheese and you using Velveeta?
Yeah. And nobody wants that.
I came here for something else. That's not what I wanted.
I love it. I love her. This is good.
I'm just
like
saying.
She just really preaching to the heavens right now.
She
said she want the 5 cheese, baby. What? Yeah, all that love.
Don't ask for stuff that it's not even gonna feel good once you get it.
Yeah.
Cause guess what? You've been asking for it so long. Nah.
And you're having to go out your way to get it.
Yeah.
Let's even speak on relationship terms. Let's just say, in a woman's perspective, you guys are married. Let's just say you asked him to marry you. The length of time that y'all been together.
Yeah. No. It wouldn't feel
marry
right.
Me. It
wouldn't feel right.
Finally, he gets down on one knee.
Yeah.
You like, man, if you don't take this little...
Get up. Stand up. I don't want
or
this.
Or even you're like, come on, babe. I just want you to talk to me.
And then you
finally decides to open up and be vulnerable. You like, man, if you don't get
these emotions out my face.
So who you talking to now that got you want to talk?
Talk to me, yeah.
Now you want to talk. Oh, it's Dr. Phil in here. No. So yeah, once you start asking for stuff that you deserve, it's not even owed, that you deserve, and people don't give it to you. Yeah. So you don't even want it no more. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
I agree with her.
Nah, that's
fully.
It's facts.
Fully.
Facts.
Yeah.
I do want to give you your flowers because I think you have helped.
Where they at?
You have. I don't. We can take a shot.
She said she ready.
We can pour it up. If you'll pass it to her, I'll pour me some. But
I'm a guest.
I was already sipping. I was waiting on y'all.
What are they?
I don't know what y'all doing.
Yeah, I got some of mine already
Not
too.
French bread.
I got it's some Coke over here if you need to mix it up.
What about tequila?
Girl, right? Got me drinking this darn Ciroc.
But
it's okay. We were in a rush today.
I'm gonna give you your flowers because I feel like you've helped build a lot of tables.
Aww.
I've been a part of a lot of tables, and now you're creating your own table that you're inviting people to come to.
Should.
You always have a seat at our table. At the
Thank you.
Podcast.
It's very cozy over here.
I'm so happy.
No, because when I get this reunion together, I would love for you and my wife to mediate.
Yeah.
That reunion interview.
I'm here.
She's like super excited. I don't know if you felt that energy.
I do know. Like, I'm here for it. I need that to happen. Yeah. I want to see it. And then
we have
my right-hand man. 3
yeses and 1 no response yet, but we
working on it.
And you know what? Can we do something off the record?
It can be on the record or off. I'll take it off.
On the record, off the record.
What's up?
Mike, if you see this, I just want you for once and for all to tell me why you never fucked with me like everybody else did. Because that's what I want to know. Because really,
you gotta
really let me be honest. The only time he fucked with me is when I had a friend that was cute and he liked her and he wanted me to help him slide. And I'm not gonna say their names because that's irrelevant to the topic. But I'm like, I literally was a support for all of y'all, and he was around and he gave me the cold shoulder every time. So am I tripping? Was that real?
You're not tripping.
Okay,
that was real.
Okay.
Have you spoken to Mike since what year? You high school, or are you saying after we graduated? What?
We really didn't talk in high school, so I would just say whenever we I didn't speak to him ever after graduation. So
there was no space.
If there's a timeline for it, we could just end it there.
I don't know. I don't know if maybe the Famous Boys situation got to him, or if he just held himself at that standard where he felt like certain people were beneath him.
Maybe.
Like, even with schooling and stuff like that, he felt like college was beneath him at a certain level. So when we would do these events and people would be like, what college are you going to? Root, I'm not going to school.
Right.
I'm not going to college.
Right.
Like,
I don't need that.
That's how he was. Like, we would go to movies. A girl would walk up to him and be like, let me get your number. And he'll be on his phone and be like, I don't have a number. I don't have a phone number. Like, that don't excuse him. I would hope that y'all would have a dope
I
conversation.
was gonna say, would you be willing to ask him?
No, for real. If it came down to like really us having to sit down, I would talk to him about it because I don't have any issues with Mike at all. Like I actually can see him because of the type of person that I am. I never looked at him like somebody that I would be feuding with. I just knew that for some reason, his spirit was not open to mine. And sometimes I find that people are like that towards me because they can't take all of me.
No, and don't get me, Mike, out of all the famous boys back then, that was the one I used to, me and him would bump heads all the time.
And that's funny to me because when I came into your life, I felt like he was one of the few who were actually there for you.
And that's what I'm saying.
It-
Time
yeah,
changed.
yeah.
He kind of grew on me, and it maybe because he was younger, but it was like out of Mike knows what loyalty is. Out of everybody, he really knows how to.
Like,
And
that
I can
shocked
see
me
that.
you just said that.
I can
like,
see that.
yeah.
And see, so when it comes to my question, it was just like, why didn't we ever connect?
Yeah.
But the respect that I have for Mike is that he showed up.
Yeah.
He was present. He was attentive. He was there. And to be that type of person, and even in retrospect to where you guys are now, you can say that the relationship outlasted all of that. And that's very important to note when you're talking about a person and their character and who they are at their core. So his core being is I'm gonna be me no matter what, number one. And then also, if I fuck with you, I do. And nothing could stop that.
Yeah.
And that's like, I would ask, what would you rather? Because you have me and Malik, who I feel like can be genuine persons, and hold conversations. I feel like Dose can fake it till you make it with certain people. He can talk to the ratchetest of the ratchetness, the businesses of the businesses, all in the middle, and make them feel like they're special, and he's there.
That training was good.
And then,
What would I rather? I would rather somebody that shows up for me and I can see them. I would rather see you and you show up for me. I don't want to just see you and then wonder why you don't fuck with me. And then even where I am now, I'm not really wondering as sense of what that does for me, because it's just curiosity at this point. But I would rather you show up, be yourself, be your true and authentic self, creating a space to be there for me and you.
Sincerely.
Yeah. That's where I am. And that goes for relationships, friendships.
All
if
the
I'm just
above.
meeting you,
Yeah.
just hold space for you, so therefore you can hold space for me as well.
okay. Well, we are heading up on an hour. Before we
Too good of a conversation.
Before we get, and we're gonna have her back closer
We're
to
gonna have
the
to. Yeah, 'cause I got some questions for her.
exchange. I definitely want to promote that more. Maybe you can bring some more artists as well. We
Yeah, she will be
appreciate
bringing
you,
some more
MaalyOP.
Yeah.
coming
Okay,
out.
we got the name right. Yeah.
Yes, I can't wait to check out more of his music. Make sure y'all stream that. But before we get out of here, I want to ask, because this is the Close Friends podcast. What is the Close Friends? What is Close Friends to you?
And what does your close friends look like? So, like for me, my close friends is more so I'm ranting. I'm gonna talk about my emotional matters on my close friends. You're not gonna
Y'all
get
talking
no
about the
booty.
actual on
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
Okay.
Get
I'll
nitty
let him go
gritty.
first.
And I'll say mine. Sometimes me and wifey get a little spicy.
We might get a little spicy in there.
I
Sometimes
ain't seen that part yet.
Ooh.
Tune in.
Is she in your close friends?
I'm
he taking you
picking
in and
choose
out. You
people
see what
coming
he
in and
doing?
out.
I think I'm on the Close Friends of the Close Friends
Oh, you are on
podcast.
the Close
Yeah,
Friends,
yeah.
Close Friends podcast. And
Not in the
then
personal.
sometimes I do like to pop my shit and be a little aggressive in my close
He
friends
does.
as well.
He be talking mad shit.
So
Can I be? First of all, can you add me to your?
I
Close
sure
Friends?
can, beautiful.
And then, yeah, just go ahead and be on, because
Yes.
I love to see, whatever people are
Yes.
on. But yeah, what does your close
yeah, let's
friends
hear
look
it.
like?
Let's hear it.
Ooh.
Not the ooh.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
Honestly, okay, so like, for example, I'm off meeting me for like maybe the first couple times. I've definitely been told I come off as a more like a calm, collected person, which
You're
I
very
like to
laid
be.
back, yeah.
I like to be chill. I like to observe, and stuff of that matter. But when it comes to like me being me and then the persona that I made for myself, it's a very clear cut difference between Jamal and then Molly. So,
Got it.
close friends wise, I'm the exact opposite. That's where I'm turned up. I'm not keen on flexing, but if I wanna pop out, I'm popping out there.
So you gonna pop your shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, no matter what.
I like to do shit like that, but you know, I don't like for everybody to see it, but for the people that I truly fuck with, I know we all on the same timing. So that's definitely like me. I'm a complete different version of myself, a more relaxed, let out version of myself, the true like me when I'm in my environment.
Do you feel like you're testing reactions in your
Trying
close
to see people
friends?
say
I feel that. I mess with that. Okay. Saraiah?
Your turn.
I do not have a close friends.
Okay.
I don't have a close friends because I feel like if I'm gonna post something, whoever gonna see it gonna see it. But you know, I do see a reason for it. I just don't have one. Maybe I should get one. I don't know. Maybe I should just start talking shit.
Yeah.
You want it?
So
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should.
Are you in some folks' close friends?
And
I
what
am.
do those look like for you?
Let me tell you something. Y'all, this is a PSA. Where the camera at?
It's right there.
Right there, baby.
Stop putting y'all kids on your... I don't want to see your kids eating graham crackers and juice on your close friends. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, why would we want to see that?
Why are we doing that? That's it, at this point, it's a catfish because I clicked on here to see something that, you know, escapes the timeline.
Yeah, a little something juicy. Something nice.
It's
the
4 o'clock in the
route.
morning.
Yeah, and I'm seeing your child drinking
I
apple
don't want
juice.
to see stink with his...
With his diaper hanging half off, a little graham cracker in his mouth.
I don't want to see that.
They need to do a
Hilarious.
close fam as well.
But yeah,
just
but I
post
do,
that.
okay, so I was in this girl's close friends. I asked her to take me out.
Why? Was it that bad?
Let's just say there was smoke, and it wasn't coming out her mouth.
Oh, we moving like that?
Have you ever known somebody like?
Oh,
It's like, cause I have this a lot. A lot of people I was cool with in high school, and you kind of grow apart, and then they kind of take a route.
Oh, I love that. I'm kind of like, I'm a lurker, and I also will. I'm gonna let you know I was there. I'm gonna like something, but it's a couple of people that I like to watch because they just so scandalous. I'm like, I knew you when you was just like you was really uptight, and now you just like coochie out, ass out, OnlyFans type stuff. Like, yeah.
See, that makes me. I mean, I get it with certain people, but the people that I really was close to that I want to see do better.
This an ashtray?
yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, she got it.
The people that I want to see do better, like without saying names, I had
said do better, so it don't even.
Without saying names, I had a best female friend, which you could probably.
Oh, I already know who you talking about.
I got a friend request on Instagram. Mm-hmm. It ain't even close friends. It's just photos and videos just there, and I'm like,
because then what's the point of OnlyFans?
What is the point?
Yeah, you just showing it for free.
For the free?
Come on.
I guess. I mean, I'm doing stuff for free. You know, I'm just. I mean, people. It don't work for that.
I like to get paid.
It don't.
I mean,
cash me out.
But that just threw me for a loop because like I was like, I want to see you do better than this. This is not.
Don't you?
You got a kid.
Then you Bishop TD Jakes that girl.
I ain't say nothing.
Do better.
I've been saying do better since high school. So at a certain point I had to stop. So it's like.
All right. So here's the thing. Some people are made for this. She might be one of them. She might not be.
She not one of them. If she
walk the straight line. So if it's a situation where they testing you for a DUI, she's stumbling because she not meant to walk the straight line.
Facts.
So you know, leave her where she's at. Somebody likes it. Somebody. It's just not you.
But I can see how it can affect you because you know you are a friend.
Are you still a friend though? Like,
I mean. No, not really.
Used to be a friend.
I used to be, and the thing is, though, I'm one of those people. It's not fuck you, like it's
no, never that.
I just want you to do your best. Like I want nothing.
That's her
but
best, though. That's her
that
best.
That cannot be her.
That's her best.
For
that's
some
what I'm
people,
telling you. You gotta let people be where they are. That's her best.
And that's what I'm doing, cause let's
just say, all right, let's be deep for a second. Let's just say that's the path she got to walk down. So somebody else could see her be like that, and they choose, you know what? I don't want to be like that because you're like that. You got to let people do their thing.
Facts.
We all have a purpose.
Facts. We all have our own chapters.
It may not always be pretty.
For sure. Well, we have came to the end of the show. Like I said, we'll be back for part 2. Oh, the camera died. Dang it. But it's all good. Once again, shout out Saraiah.
Yes.
Shout out MaalyOP. If y'all want to give out y'all Instagrams and where they can contact you at, don't forget the Collab Exchange event.
All that good stuff.
October 28th.
You guys can follow me at the Collab Exchange on Instagram, and then you can also follow my personal account, which is also my business account, _helperbee, and then you can follow my other account, SUN-RAIAH. I think I'm gonna turn that into probably the account where I just post just regular content on. So,
I'm trying to make sure I got all those myself, girl.
Yeah, girl.
Let me get on that.
You need some business cards so we can put in the area and the salon.
Please, and thank you.
I think I might have a couple in my bag, but also the Collab Exchange is October 28th. It's from 7 to 11 p.m., but if you get there early, you know you're going to see some pop off. I do want to disclose this now. This is for you. I know we're supposed to be closing out, but we are doing a cypher.
Okay.
That's what the producer battle was supposed to be, was to do the cypher. So artists are performing one song, and then we're going to incorporate that. And so being that there will be singers, we're going to do a soul cypher as well. So look forward to that.
That's exciting.
And it's not just music. That's why we're calling it an open mic fest, because we're going to have food. And trust me, I'm looking for everybody that put liquor in anything. And if it's somebody that's putting weed in it, I'm trying to have them there too, because I want people to be feeling good, looking good, you know.
I really can't wait for those vegan
egg rolls.
Yes.
I mean, and she's a startup business, so y'all go follow her as well. Y'all go on the Collab Exchange on Instagram, and then see everybody that we're posting. Make sure you're following them.
And MaalyOP?
You guys can definitely follow me on my Instagram account, MaalyOP, MaalyOP.
And y'all know we're going to leave all of their Instagram handles in the description. We're also going to put the link to where you can find his latest track. What was the name again, brother? Witness.
Yes.
And you can also see the 2 other tracks I was talking about, Overdose Part 1 and Part 2. Ma, you got anything to say before we head out?
Nope, that's it for me, you guys. I'm exhausted. I'm ready to go home.
Shout out to shout out to X360 FM, a global independent station. Listen to The Wave, your favorite radio station. Visit our site at www.x360fm.com, where you can book your podcast area and studio time coming soon. Peace.
Hey.
That's a wrap.